Emanuela Orlandi is a sad case of a young teenager going missing. Her case has many twists and turns that make it a very interesting story. This is my first episode of a series about mysteries of the Vatican, and we will later talk about many different things that are more in depth in the church. I hope you enjoy. Emmanuela Orlandi was the daughter of Ercole and Maria Orlandi. Her dad worked as a clerk for the Vatican, and from my research, Emanuela seems like a normal person for that age. She took flute lessons and had just finished her second year of high school when she disappeared. On June 22nd, 1983, she went from her house to go to a flute lesson in Rome. For people who do not know about the geography of the Vatican, it is right in the heart of Rome, meaning that the flute lesson was not that far from her house in the Vatican. Also, the Vatican is also, in case you didn't know, an independent country and is not part of Italy. On the way to the flute lesson, she was stopped by a man in a nice car who asked her to sell cosmetics. This freaked her out, so she called her sister about it. Her sister then said to talk to their parents about it. This interaction with the man was the only thing on her mind when she went to the flute lesson, and because of that, she asked to leave early. She was last seen on a bus to her house talking to a passenger with red hair. Sadly, she would never return to her house. Within a few days, her family received calls from someone named Pierluigi, who said he had seen someone who looked like their daughter playing the flute and selling cosmetics. He also said her name was Barbara. They would receive another call from someone named Mario with the same story as Pierluigi. Sadly, after those two calls, they received hundreds of prank calls, and after a few calls, and the few calls where people gave real information led to nowhere and were just dead ends. Her disappearance became such a big deal that the Pope at the time, Pope John Paul II, would release multiple statements pleading with the kidnappers to bring her back. A few days later, after the Pope addressed her case, the Orlandi family received a call saying that they had Emanuela and they would release her if they released Muhammad Ali Adka. For those who don't know who Muhammad Ali Adka is, he had attempted to assassinate Pope John Paul II. The caller would send authorities many pictures to prove that he had Emanuela. He sent a picture of her school registration card and the sheet music she was playing at the time. Sadly, 4 months later, this caller went silent. In my opinion, the caller was lying, because if he were actually telling the truth, he would send a picture of Emanuela herself. Sadly, this just led to another dead end. On October 31st, 2018, remains were found in the Vatican Embassy in Rome. Workers had been doing repairs on the embassy after there was flooding. It was later determined that the bones were too old to be Emanuela's, so it was determined that they weren't hers. There was another claim that her remains were in a tomb in the Vatican. The tomb was opened and bone fragments were found sealed in a box, but the bones were dated back to the 1800s. This was the last update to the case. She has been missing for 38 years now, and no significant evidence of her whereabouts have ever been found. Hopefully one day the Orlandi family gets their closure that they need. Again, this is my first episode of a multiple part series about the Vatican and what all the mysteries that lie beneath the surface. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not here to make money. I'm just here to have fun. Anyways, I hope y'all have a good day. Peace.